To Jacob, Andy, and Lori Barber. Our loving son Benjamin was taken from our family and this earth on April 12, 2007 in Cold Spring Park. An innocent young 14-year-old boy on his way to school. He, like other innocent children, took this route to school daily, unsuspecting of something so gruesome. The heart-shattering loss of Ben should never have happened, and if it weren't for the family of Buddy Barbers, our boy would still be here today. To graduate, go to college, get married, and start a family of his own. We will never get to see the future successes of our son, as he will never get to live them. Jacob had planned this out, targeted his anger and aggression on our son, and took a life forever, never to get back. He showed no remorse and still cannot see the endless problems with his wrongdoings. To Jacob, you bought a knife, followed Ben through the woods, him not knowing he should fear his own classmate. You repeatedly stabbed his body and left it there to drain onto the leaves, leaving his body to the woods. You went to school and attended class as if nothing happened. You did not even wash his blood from your hands, and that blood will be on your hands forever. And through all of this, after all of the pain and suffering you have caused, you still continue to write hateful comments on the internet and say that this was deserved and not a big deal. For you to discount his death is as sick as you can be and proves that your blood is murderous. For you to continue with an entire graphic description of this heartless and brutal murder is a selfish reality and not for you to fantasize over. You will not take any more of our son. To Andy, a father yourself and still willing to defend a cold-blooded murderer, the audacity you have to sit in front of our family and try to undermine our own son's life stolen from him. Not only a father, but a prosecutor. How can you claim yourself to serve justice when you are covering for a murderer? An innocent young boy taken, and you are still oblivious to the evil in your own home. Murder must truly be your expertise. To Lori, with so much doubt in your heart against your son, and yet you still manage to defend him. Even Andy's ignorance is more respectable. To attempt to tamper with evidence to keep a murderer out on the streets, free to prey upon his next victim. Something so heartless made so easy for you. To the Barbers, with a long line of family history carrying this murder gene, passing it on to the next to take even more lives is absurd to ignore. What Leonard Patz does to young boys is sickening, but I am not naive and know he is not the murderer in this case. The amount of witness tampering with the Yu family, evidence thrown in the dumpster, kitchen knives planted to throw off the investigation. Why go through so much effort if your son is innocent? Even you cannot believe yourselves that Jacob is not sick. A narcissistic 14-year-old boy with the urge to harm living beings and the inability to connect with others. If all of the signs say guilty, how are you claiming innocence? To drag this trial on by defending a murderer, you have traumatized our family over and over again, making us relive the horrific last breaths of our son. To know all of these facts and still tell us that your son is innocent is appalling. The least you could do is take responsibility and be held accountable, and yet our son is still deprived of justice. On top of losing our pride and joy, a life to never return but only be remembered, we face the daunting thought of living each day for the rest of our lives without our son. No parent should outlive their child, yet we are here questioning our parenting, how we could allow this, and how we are to live while he cannot. You have forced us to participate in a drawn-on trial to never even receive an apology. To the rest of the prosecution, I thank you for not deeming Jacob Barber as a new celebrity being wrongfully tried when you saw him for what he truly is, and ignoring the social media. To the jury for believing in this trial and attempting to serve justice, while our son may never be avenged, he will always be remembered. Jacob may has taken Ben's life, but will never destroy his legacy.